Yeah, sorry.
Hey,
Hello,
Ollie.
Ollie.
No, sorry, yes.
We're in Checkables, they are attempting to sell off the nav computer and the computer core from the ship.
Alright. Which
Do
one
you
to hear
reckon
about?
you've got any? Well, yeah, of course you should say about that. But do you reckon you've got any contacts as well that we'll be able to use?
I could possibly get in contact. I could just probably like take you to the place, like my old research facility. Like
Cool.
physically take you there, and like
Yeah, sorry. After what Harold said, yeah. Describe the place to us. Go for it.
Okay. So Chocobos is it's basically they have really a bunch of rich minerals on the ground that are being mined, but because of its dangerous down there and the trees have very strong vines and branches, they started building basically houses up in the treetops. So there's this giant like city on top of the trees, and then whenever they need to go mine, they take grav the ships and that down to the bottom of the surface, to the surface of the planet, and go mining. Basically like Kashyyyk of Star Wars.
Cool.
If you fall off, you're most likely dead.
Yes. So, Ollie, do you attempt to contact, the person you know there, or are you going there like, hey, surprise?
I guess I would try and get in contact with them. Yeah.
Okay.
And for the record, we're here to sell the ship's computers, the navigational computer and the computer core.
All right.
We've made a backup of the data that's onto our ship's computer.
Is there any information about AI on there, on the computer?
No.
They might not be that interested. But they are a AI research team.
Your contacts are, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone that's researching the Scream at all?
No.
You would know, like, the academy. You are basically a professor in the academy.
Yeah. But
So you do have a public face.
You went to a wine and cheese
say.
night with someone.
You do have a public face. You
Yeah.
had students.
There might be some of my fellow professors in the academy who could be interested in this. Off the top of my head, there was a student of mine who graduated a couple of years back who decided to go into deep research on this. I haven't been in contact with them in several years, but they should be at the academy still, I assume. So you look there.
What is the name of the student?
Jimmy.
No. Not Jimmy.
Filbert.
Dave.
Hold on. Making. Give me a second.
Amy Wong.
Amy Winehouse.
It's Amy Wong. No, it's not.
Rachel Sharp. There.
Nope. Hold on. I'm looking up a name.
3, 2.
Titty McGee.
Vincent Vega. There you go.
Oh my god.
I don't get the
Thank
reference.
you very much. Pulp
Pulp
Fiction.
Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction.
Yep. All of the characters I've named are out of 80s films.
Good. Okay. You have mark yourself down with 1 cool point.
Alright. I currently have 250 insane points and 1 cool point.
Okay.
And I assume that we filled Dr. Ishmael Rubin in on the weird stuff that Natasha found on the computers, so he knows about that.
Mm-hmm.
But Ollie, would you like to know?
I'll get the deets after, if you don't mind. I'll watch the VOD.
Okay.
Find at youtube.com/SuddenlyDucks. Motion. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, so you're trying to make contact with the academy then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like. I guess I wouldn't be like declared enemy of the faction from running away from a secret research team. So I assume I can still walk into the academy without being like mobbed or whatever.
I don't know. Depends on how they took your leaving to heart.
I would risk it. I would go to the academy and then try and find said person.
Okay, so I guess before you land, you make contact with the academy. Okay, so you make contact with the academy, and this woman comes up, and she says, "Prosec Academy, how may I help?" And she immediately recognizes you, Ishmael, and says, "Dr. Kobayashi, it's been a while."
I turn off the comm immediately, and then I look around, and then go to my room, and then get call them back.
You call them back?
Yeah, I cut off, go to my room, lock the door, then call them back. You know.
Do you have a compad?
I assume I could use the console in there, but I do not have a compad now.
Okay.
You don't have a compad?
No, I only started.
What kind of researcher are you?
Even I have one.
That's the equivalent of like a smartphone. It's what everyone uses to do like everything.
Even the drunk card
Yeah.
has a compad.
So I can drunk text people.
Do you have like a pad of paper and a pencil for like taking notes?
Yep.
A space pencil?
Yeah, it's just a normal pencil. Got some lead in there, you know.
Okay, so you call back the woman. You see the woman again. She looks a bit confused and says, "Dr. Kobayashi, is everything okay?"
I say, sorry, there was a technical on this end, and yeah.
How may I help, sir? It's been a while. Your students are wondering.
I assume they've had a different teacher within the time I've gone.
Well, of course.
Alright, all in good, but don't tell them they've gone back in contact with me. Well, that you got back in contact with me. We're looking for Mr. Vega. Is he still working at the academy?
Dr. Vega, yes, he is.
Is he able to have a meet with some of my colleagues? Not colleagues, the
Associates?
yeah, that's it.
I can arrange something, yes.
If you wouldn't mind doing that, and the sooner the better, please.
I'll do what I can, Dr. Kobayashi.
Oh, and please, it's Dr. Ishmael from now on.
She looks confused again, wondering what the hell's happening. And she says, "Sure thing, Dr. Ishmael. I'll get you your meeting as soon as possible."
Say thank you, and then I go back to the bridge and say, meeting's being arranged. We should head down to the planet's surface.
Good work. Thank
2
you,
minutes
Ishmael.
later, the Sword of Damocles has authorization to land in the Academy grounds.
Will you be coming with us when we've landed, Dr. Ishmael?
I best break the ice as it was, but you're the businessman here, not me.
Thank you very much. It's good that you understand.
Okay, so a couple of hours. I guess you guys load up the computer core and the nav computer and tell Natasha to stay in the ship.
Stay hidden. Don't make your presence known.
Yeah, she already knows protocol. And, goes back to her room. So yeah, a few minutes later, a few hours later, you're on checkables inside ProSec Academy grounds.
Alright, I guess I take I assume the meat has a like his personal office or classroom is where we're doing it, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess I
But
take them there.
so as soon as you walk out the landing bay, you see this gentleman there to greet you.
Alright. Fuck.
And he has this wide smile on his face. And he
Does
says,
he,
Dr. Ishmael, how good to have you back.
Say, Dr. Corleone. Fuck, I can't pronounce the name.
You wrote it.
Yeah.
Corleone.
It's your name.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Dr. Corleone, it's good to see you again, but we have business here.
Yeah, he quickly, interrupts you, goes up to you, shakes your hand very firmly. He's squeezing down pretty hard and looking at you like he has poison in his eyes.
Is Leech here with me? Yeah.
We're all
Yes.
with you.
Yeah, I say, Leech, remember the very first thing you said to me when we met? I think this man would like to have that feeling done to him.
What are you talking about, Dr. Ishmael?
So Leech draws his monoblade and stabs the guy.
Really?
Okay.
Unless Ollie says something to stop
But,
him.
I mean,
You have this guy close by, and you have campus security
yeah,
looking out. You have staff tending to the lander.
Yeah,
You are
as
in
soon
a
as,
very
like,
public place.
as soon as you get close enough to stab him, I stop your arm and say, all right, doctor, not now. We will talk after we concluded business here. Do you understand?
I would like to talk to you now, Dr. Ishmael, if that's not too much of a bother.
I nod down to the knife. Say we will talk later.
He looks at the knife, looks up at you with a wide smile on his face, and says, and he leans into you and says, "You do know you are in my property, don't you, Kobayashi?
I do.
So
Sadly.
you will play by my rules.
Is
Understood?"
he holding a bag of oranges?
I hope so.
No, he's not.
Oh.
He's still holding Dr. Ishmael's hand very firmly.
Okay, I say. At least let me direct my companions to Dr. Vega, and then
Dr. Vega can wait. Please, let me introduce myself to your business associates. I believe you are Leech.
I put away
Correct.
the blade and, extend a hand.
He takes your hand and gives a firm shake. Good to meet you, Leech.
Mm-hmm.
He goes up to Isfield and says, "In Dr. Corleone, and you are?"
Hello, I'm Albert Isfield. Pleasure to meet you, Dr.
Perhaps
Collier.
you've heard of me.
Oh, and Isfield is visiting the Academy grounds. What an honor. Please, sir, come.
Well, thank you very much.
I'd
I
like
assume
to
you have-
I would like to talk with Dr. Ishmael in private for a while, but then I believe we can talk, as a group.
Well, we do have business to conduct here. I heard we're going to be meeting someone called Vincent Vega.
Oh, Dr. Vega, yes, I have spoken to him. He understands that his appointment must be postponed. He is still waiting for you. Do not worry, we are not here to impede your business.
And you say you need to talk to Ishmael alone?
I do, sir, yes. He is a very precious member of the Academy who suddenly left. So we have been very worried about his safety.
Oh, well. If you have things to discuss, I'm sure they can be concluded quickly. We have business to conclude.
Very well. Thank you for your understanding, Mr. Eastfield. And he goes up to Mapachin. He takes your hand. He looks down at your hand a little bit impressed.
Yeah, because it's as large as his.
Yeah. And then he actually leans down, gives it a kiss, and says, "My lady, and your name is?"
She just looks disgusted. Call me Mapachin, but I'm nobody in particular.
Mapachin, nobody is nobody in particular. Please, everyone is someone in this sector.
What's it to you?
I just interrupt him here. You said you wanted to talk? Yes, let's just get this over with.
Dr. Ishmael, please. Social graces are in play here. I know you aren't much for human contact, but still. And he goes up to Raylan, and you are?
Call me Ray.
Ray, very well. And he goes up to Dr. Ishmael, wraps his arm around him, and starts dragging him away. Come, Dr. Ishmael, let's talk.
Okay, I want my companions outside the door, though, if that is okay.
Very well, they are free to stand there as they please. I will provide a tour of the grounds if they so desire. They are free to do as they wish.
I'm not here to look around. I'm only here to conclude our business.
Yes, Mr. Eastfield. I'll make sure to make this as quick as possible. So he drags Ishmael into an office, locks it, and you see like 4 bodyguards on each side, 2 on each side of the door to the office.
Oh boy, did I get any HP back whilst
You're back to full,
3?
basically.
Yeah, full,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
He offers you a seat,
I'll
Kobayashi,
take it.
and he sits behind his desk. And he says, "So you're back. What is it that you want now, Kobayashi?"
So now you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face.
I say, those gentlemen out there, I was helping them with some business, and they wanted to move some gear, some information, and I thought Dr. Vega could be very interested in it. Yeah.
I see, and why did you come back? It's not just that, Kobayashi. I know you too well. I know you better than you know yourself.
Also, I didn't think he was brazen enough to pull off a stunt like that.
Please, I own this place.
And also, I thought that I have been trying to convince these gentlemen to come here for some time because I believe they have an object of interest that might enlighten you.
What kind of object would enlighten me?
So what does their security look like so far?
These guys, they look kind of tough, They are in like I would call armored suits, They're well dressed, but their suits are clearly armored with the symbol of Prosec Academy on their chest. Each one has a a laser pistol on their hip.
Leets, well, did we see any ships in orbit that belong to these guys?
No.
So Leets speaks up and says, "What sort of security procedures do you have here to keep classified documentation or documents safe?"
The guards don't talk back to you.
I'm talking to the doctor guy.
The doctor only took Ishmael. Oh.
Yeah. So, I carry on saying, there is a, I'm just gonna beat around the bush. A AI, on their ship that is more sophisticated than anything we could have ever invent. It's practically a human.
He looks at you for, 30 seconds, blinks, and then says, "What have you taken in Kobayashi?"
Taken?
Yes, what have you drank? That's absurd. That Prosec is... We are the lead researchers in this type of technology.
Yes, I know, but I believe the Terran Mandate were even better than us.
Yes, though that is history, yes. But the Terran Mandate dissolved once the scream happened.
And I know of a Terran Mandate AI walking around in a body.
I would need to see to believe, Kobayashi. And right now I'm not believing you.
Go out there and ask about Natasha and have a look on their faces. But if you were to hang this AI, I wouldn't...
Kobayashi, I wouldn't trust anything that comes out of your mouth. If I am to mention this Natasha of yours, I believe your friend Leech would make me experience whatever it is that you have experienced. And that, I believe, means I get stabbed by him with a monoblade, correct?
I look around the
so
room,
please,
like, how many
be quiet.
security guards are in here?
In here, there's two.
Yeah, I say, those two could easily defend you against Leech there.
Perhaps so, but I am a man that does not like to take risk. Kobayashi.
Okay, and is there anything else, or can I be on my way? And
oh, no, you cannot be on your way. You are Prosec property. You are to stay here.
How about this? If I can convince them to sell this AI that you do not believe there is, which is understandable, to you, then...
Bring me proof of their existence first, then we will talk business, Kobayashi.
If I bring proof, then I will know, can I be, let's say, a more free agent of Prosec?
I will see... I'll think about it.
And then, alright, then I get up to go leave and say, I believe we had a meeting with, Dr. Vega.
Yes, you do. Dr. Vega is very eager to meet back with his old professor.
Alright, and then I walk out the room and start walking to his classroom.
Yeah, he walks out of view and says, "My talk with your friend is complete. Mr. Isfield, I am sorry, very much sorry for the time I have wasted from you. Please, proceed to your meeting."
Thank you very much, good sir. I understand.
As he's walking down the corridor with the squad, he just starts swearing in Scaborian. Just, like, there was some of the foulest shit you've ever heard.
Dr. Corleone shouts back at you, "Language, Dr. Ishmael."
What did you two talk about?
Do you know how I wanted to sell Natasha to people here? Who I wanted to sell it to. I belonged to a, not a quite secretive AI research team here, and I left because I believed they were going in the wrong direction, and when I saw Natasha, I believed we could put them on the right direction with her. But I forgot how much of an asshole that man is.
We came here to sell the ship's computers. And we told Natasha to stay on board and not to make her presence known. So
Leech just
thanks
says,
for blowing it wide open.
No, Leech replies and says, "What the fuck is a Natasha? And what do you mean? We're selling the ship's computers."
Yes. Okay. And then I just take them to Dr.
No more whiskey for you.
tell them
Out
to,
of character, if we weren't selling Natasha before, we're definitely selling her now. Like, half of this planet's now gonna know we have fucking AI.
Yep, not my fault. It is, but yeah.
It's not my fault. I was asleep. That's why I told you, Ollie, when we came back, that we're coming to this planet. We're gonna sell the ship's computers, but never mind.
I'll just tell 2 guards and a random AI researcher that we have an AI on the ship. So Leech is actually gonna make his way back to our ship now, because Natasha's at the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you need Raylan to get the lander back up.
Yep,
And
so
the
me and
stuff
I'll go
is
with
in the
him.
lander.
Yeah, so me and Raylan are headed to the lander. We're gonna offload the shit or whatever with these guys, and I'm going back up to the ship.
Okay.
Alright, then I'll take Ishmael, fucking.
He's
Captain's
filled
name.
them up, Jean.
Yeah. Sorry, to Vega.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys walk into this large classroom, and sitting at a desk by himself is Dr. Vincent Vega. And when he sees you, Dr. Ishmael, he, quickly stands up, goes up to you and says, Dr. Kobayashi.
Robot.
Your robot,
Robot.
Harriet.
I don't believe you.
That was me.
That was very well planned, very well timed, but I don't believe you.
Is this a new game? Try to get Harriel to reset his thing by
Yeah.
on at him.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a new minigame. Let's get Harriel to reset his stuff.
Robot.
And maybe crash the computer.
Yeah, I guess I'll walk in and say, Dr. Vega, it's good to see you again. This gentleman has some information for you. Going to talk business, and as you know, I'm not very good at talking business. So I will let him commence.
Yeah, Dr. Vega, he shakes hands with you, Isfield, and Mapachin. And he says, what is it, Mr. Isfield?
Hello. Well, we've come to sell some items. Some items that you might find very interesting. In fact, I've been told by the researcher that's now on board my ship that you are researching the Scream.
Oh, yes. Dr. Kobayashi was a guide to me into this field of study.
Yes, I've heard this. Well, we've came upon something that might be of great interest to you. Both the information and something that the information comes in. So, we came across a pre-tech ship that has been not on anyone's radar. It came into a system recently and has been discovered, and we went on board. Found that it's been skipping around from around the time when the Scream happened.
He looks a bit taken back by what you said, and he thinks for a while, and he says, "This ship has been jumping around. What is it that you mean, Mr. Eastfield?" Ships don't jump around unless they have pilots and a crew to point them in the right direction.
Well, the information that we've got from the nav computer says that it has been that it has been phasing in and out of normal space. And what was the term used, Mabachin? In and out of dimensions?
Yeah, phasing in and out. What was the something with M?
So it's been traveling
Meat space.
through metaspace.
There we go.
itself.
Meta, meat, same letters, different
Apparently,
order.
yes. This has been happening since the last log on the ship was exactly around the time that the scream happened.
It wasn't.
What?
The scream happened 536 years
Oh, I
ago.
thought you said that's what I asked you earlier. You said yeah, the logs finished then, right?
At Dr. Richter's logs, not the ship's.
Oh, right, okay. I was incredibly confused about what was happening there then.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
So, well, okay, we've got some items to sell you. Completely nothing to do with your research, though, but here you go.
So it's the nav computer and the computer core. He says, well, I don't know what kind of information I could pull from it. If for a while, and he says, you know what, Mr. Eastfield, I will relieve you of these items.
For what price, good sir?
I was thinking about in the order of 40,000 credits.
Each? Okay, that sounds like a
Both.
good start. Oh, we might have a small problem there. How about, as it's got such useful information, and potential logs of things that happened around the time of the scream, we'll chuck the logs in as well. It ended just before the scream, and I
Mapachin will sort of strongly eye dagger at Isfield and say, "Those logs aren't going to raise his offer. They're worthless. It's a worthless addition."
Okay, well, I don't understand that at all. And then I go, and let's see if you can make a little better deal. And then I want to try and roll persuade on him.
Okay.
Do I get any bonuses at all from anything that I said? Not at all.
No.
Okay.
He has
let's
a
roll for
very
that, then.
strong argument against what you said.
The nav computer is like, it works, right? It's like a working nav computer.
In a way.
Yeah, it's from a pre-tech ship. It's worth incalculable amounts of money. But
I understand
say
that,
so.
Mr. Eastfield, but ProSec Academy doesn't have the funding it had before when the Republic used to fund us. We are on tight strings, let's say.
I use my eyes to ask the team, shall we not bother selling it to these people at all and go somewhere else then?
Well, I think I can't
And
send
I
any kind of
might,
message with you in my eyes of yes or no.
And Dr. Vega, pipes up again and says, and may I remind you, sir, that ProSec Academy is the only scientific body that is researching into the screen. The Scaborians and Gluna, they're busy with their sticks and rocks.
Okay, then.
But he's not paying extra money for the Scream-related information. So, I mean, does it really matter if he's the only person that...
He's paying for stuff that might have Scream-related information.
It's at least interesting, like, academically.
Like Charisma's 14. Do I get any bonus +1 to my roll for percent?
Charisma plus persuasion. That's it.
14 is enough to push me up by 1, yeah?
Yes. Damn, you reached that threshold. Okay, he says, he, shrugs and says, I could probably toss in some 20,000 more credits, Mr. Eastfield, but that's the most I am allowed to liberate on such items.
I do a wavy eyebrows in a kind of, what do you guys think way to the team?
Mapachin
Leech and Raylan aren't with you. It's only Mapachin.
Do you guys have
Ishmael.
compads?
Raylan does.
Can't we just send texts?
Yeah, well, I sent you a text because I do have a compass.
Someone would be down looking at their cell phone.
Is there like Space Google?
Space Google, yeah,
Yeah.
in a way. Hmm.
Can I Google used cruiser nav computer for sale?
Maybe you find them on Free Cycle. Some guy
Space
also offering
Craigslist.
blowjobs in Craigslist. Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not. It's a very specific item. So yeah, he's offering 60K now.
Yeah, Leech just sends you a text back, says, I don't know what that thing's fucking worth.
Well, it seems like a good deal to me. Yes, we'll take it.
He walks up to you, shakes your hand, and says, "Very well, Mr. Isfield. I will tell the crew to relieve you of your cargo, and then I will chop up the legal details of moving such amounts of credits, and you will have your money by tomorrow at most.
Thank you very
at
much.
least, or at most. At most,
It's going to a good cause.
it is. I believe it is.
This could. I hope it leads to a breakthrough.
Me too, ma'am. Me too. Okay, let's jump back to Leech and Raylan. So
Yeah.
you guys jump into the lander and go up to the ship?
Yep.
Okay, so it's going to take you a few hours. Albert, Ishmael, and Mapachin, what are you doing? Because if you go back to the lander isn't there.
What do you mean the lander's not there?
Because you and Raylan took it.
Oh, I thought
While
Raylan went back down.
Ishmael, and Albert are doing their business.
I'm probably going back like after I've left Leech on the ship.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine.
He's just dropping me off so I can keep an eye on Natasha.
It's
Yeah.
still going to take a few hours, you know.
Okay, well, I'd imagine, unless Dr. Ishmael has anything to do, but he's not here, so we go to the campus coffee shop, get some bagels, Mappuccino. I offer a raisin bran,
A coffee-based
muffin.
drink. Ooh, a muffin. Yeah.
Raisin bran.
It is real food
Yeah.
instead of the freeze-dried and vacuum-packed stuff that you get in the ship all day, every day.
Nice. A raisin bran muffin. She eats it very slowly.
I try to pour some milk into your coffee, and it's all curdled and wrong. And then we go and get some more milk from somewhere else, and that's curdled and wrong. And then we finally find one milk that's fine, and pour that in, and we get some nice coffee.
It is the last milk that's fine.
Okay, so a few hours, Leech and Raylan, you're back in the ship. Natasha's there to, greet you. And she looks at you too and says, where are the others?
They're down on the surface negotiating for the sale of the nav computer. Unfortunately, one of our what's his name? Ishmael?
Yes.
Unfortunately, Ishmael told some people down there that we
I
have you
exist.
on board. Yeah. So we came up just to make sure that nobody managed to get on the ship.
She looks at you and says, Leech, would you be mad if I killed Dr. Ishmael?
It takes a lot to make me mad.
Because that's what I'm feeling like right now. I
Here's a
haven't
question.
felt like this ever, but being betrayed like this... I do know your intention of selling me, yes. But having my trust betrayed like this, it is strange.
We'll take a moment to process that data in your internal computer banks, but in the meantime, do you know how to operate the ship sensors?
Yes.
Can you do me a favor and just track to see if there's any ships headed our direction, and just kind of keep an eye on that for a minute, and let me know if you see anything coming our way.
I will. Yes.
I guess you better get back down to the surface, Raylan. Pick them up.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, she goes to basically the bridge, starts working away at the computer, the sensors, and she tells you that there's no ships coming our way. The only ships that seem there, are in orbit seem to be trade ships, nothing out of the ordinary. One of them belongs to a Tuscuna Republic.
Is there any roll I can make to like get down to the planet faster?
You can roll piloting.
Is that like vehicle space or?
Yeah. Vehicle
Don't
space.
crash. I mean, clamps.
You nail
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
you get there in a quarter of the time. An hour. Like, you take an hour to drop down there.
All hail
Nice.
the clamps.
Like, you do a very
Swan
aggressive
dive.
burn
Yeah.
into the atmosphere, but the ship is crisp.
What? This is the ship. What? The ship is burned?
No, it's like crisp, like
Ah,
impeccable.
Yeah, it's perfect.
it's burned to a crisp.
You
found
fly
it-
better when you're drunk.
Yeah, you found that perfect level of drunkenness where you actually fly better.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
So,
were in
yeah.
the zone.
So you guys see the lander coming down, and it's like smoking from the aggressive burn that Braylon did.
So
Look
weird.
at that, a sight to behold.
Mappa
That man
Chin
sure
spits
knows
on
how
it
to
and the
pilot.
spit sizzles.
Oh yeah.
And she just nods. Nice.
So you guys go back up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't try to do it. I
Yeah, okay.
don't want to push my luck.
Yeah, you guys get back to the ship. No problem. So yeah, you're back in the ship.
We got
Everything
60,000 credits.
Is as normal. The 60,000 will come in the next day.
Okay, I'll just put it in the spreadsheet as the next day.
Mm-hmm. So I guess
Okay.
you guys wait around a whole day.
We need to refuel.
Yes, we do.
You can
Yeah.
do it.
How much is refueling? 800 or something?
Ollie's fucking in the other channel.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So yeah, basically you have a day of stuff to do. And then you are on the 22nd of February.
22nd?
Yes, that's when the payment comes.
I have us on the 24th.
Well, it
Like,
didn't
I have
take-
us arriving on the planet's surface on the 23rd.
You you arrive on the system on the 20th.
Okay, see, I have us arriving on the system on the 21st, so that's what I did. I don't know.
Oh yeah, 20th. Yes, you arrive on the system on the 20th. 2 days to get to the planet. That's the 22nd, and then it's the 23rd when the payment comes.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
I guess you weren't here for Natasha and Leech's bit.
No.
Well, he
Okay.
wouldn't have heard it anyway, so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry.
So
So-
yeah, you guys are back on the ship.
Let's refuel.
Did that come out last time? It was 800 or something to fully refuel, or was that
400 to refuel
400?
the bunker and the engine.
How much did you
I have
understand?
800 last time we did a full refuel.
What?
Last time we refueled the bunker and like the whatever fuel, like because we have like 2 fuel things, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was 800 to do both of them last time when we were in Cardice.
Let me do that. 100 to refuel for every rating of the spike drive. So 200 plus 200, 400. Yeah, 800.
Okay.
Me no math good.
By the way, I would have heard the Natasha bit and
Yes, you would.
Reach, right? So I would like tell the doctor on the way back up in Skivorian that she's really mad at him and wants to maybe kill him.
Well, shit. Basically, I say back, and
I like hand him my bottle.
I take a biggest sip ever.
Did we get some money, did you say?
Yes, on the 23rd you get a transfer of 60k.
How much does that come out to a piece?
Are we just saving it until we pay the ship this month, and then divide it?
Sure.
Another question is, do you pay Natasha anything?
We let her plug in to the wall and use the electricity of the ship as much as she
She
wants.
doesn't need to plug in.
Well,
Considering we're gonna sell her,
Says you.
says there's now like an entire university of people that know about
Nobody
her,
believes
including
him.
random guards.
Nobody believed him though.
I go to Natasha and I'm like, Natasha, thank you for your help for helping us remove those items. Do you feel you should be paid for your work as a share, as a part of the crew with us?
Doesn't the crew share the profits?
Do you feel if we were to give you money, you would use it for something for yourself, or do you think that as a machine, you, albeit a sentient machine, you'd like not require any monetary gains?
What do you require your money for, Mr. Eastfield? Captain, sorry. Captain.
Well, for one, we use it to keep the ship running, and for two, we use it for things that give us pleasure. And new weapons, of course.
She shrugs and says, I wouldn't mind doing those things.
Well, it's an interesting conundrum at the moment. I'm not sure how the other crew will take it.
Do you want to ask the other crew?
Yes. Okay, then I go like, crew, what do you say? I know. Things might be happening that are out of our control sooner rather than later, but you did help us get things out of the ship. We wouldn't have those without her.
What would an AI spend money on?
That is the good question. That's what Mapachine wants to know as well. What would an AI spend money on?
Not only that, we sold those guys a pre-tech nav computer, right?
Yeah.
So they absolutely know that we had access to pre-tech technology. And he told them we have an AI.
guys
They
know that I told
they
them?
didn't believe him that we had an AI, but
No,
we
they
did
told
say that
him
we
that
salvaged a pre-tech ship. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
That-
the dude didn't say he didn't believe him. He said, "Show me some evidence that you saw a Pretech ship," and then we came back and sold them a nav computer off a Pretech ship. It seems pretty obvious that we really do have an AI.
I wouldn't
Like-
say so.
A lot of people throughout the sector history have explored pre-tech ships without coming out with, and didn't come out with a AI person with them.
Exactly. Lots of pre-tech ships have been explored and
Yeah.
fully.
Yeah, but were they claiming that they had
Catalog.
AIs?
Not really.
I mean, we showed up, we said, "Oh, hey, by the way, we have an AI to sell." Dude's like, "I don't believe you. Those are super rare. I doubt
Okay,
you
but
were even on a
Aaron,
Pretech ship." And then we
if-
sell them a Pretech nav computer that's probably going to have data linking back to Terra. Plus, who knows what other information could be in that computer.
Other pre-tech ships nav computers also had the same or similar information. The only thing that's special about this computer is that the ship was jumping all over the place, like on its own or phasing it out of reality. If lots of people have gone to China and then one person goes to China and says, "Yeah, I found a ferry there," would you say, "Oh, well, you went to China, so you must have found a ferry"? You know?
Pre-tech ships are known to have the capacity to have AIs.
Okay, but
So
all
if-
the
if
pre-tech
somebody
ships
said
that
they
have
went
been
to
explored.
China and they came back with a rare jade artifact, and you're like, "Bullshit," and he's like, "Yeah, I got it from this specific tomb," and you said, "There's no way you went into that tomb," and then they show you something from that tomb, yeah, they might have the fucking rare jade artifact.
But the specific ship we were on wasn't mentioned. Nobody knows what was on that ship. No one knows there was an AI on that ship except
they
what
have
all
its
these
nav
characters
computer.
said. We checked if there was any like AI information on that nav computer, and there was no mention of an AI on that nav computer.
Yeah, but
The
who
computer
knows what
core.
they're going to be able to pull off of the
The
core.
computer core, not the AI core, which we still have. We just sold the computer core and the nav computer. Or ship core.
I mean, to me, it seems obvious, but
I understand.
So you saw how charismatic and intelligent that asshole down there is. He'll probably figure it out.
oh, plus the guards he told, which they're probably going to tell people.
If someone told you they found a ferry, would you tell everyone, "Yeah, I heard some guy say that he found a ferry"?
AIs are real. Fairies are not.
Yeah, but no one even they didn't even believe that the AI could like have a brain like a human and walk around and like live like a human. Like they didn't think that was even possible. Sure, maybe it was possible in pre-tech whatever, but they didn't have any evidence that even pre-tech things had AI like that.
Well,
Yeah,
we
dude didn't think we were going to get on a pre-tech ship either, and then we show up with a fucking pre-tech computer. And they're going to realize what tech level that computer is from.
Well, we're probably screwed either way, so it looks like we're probably going to have to do something with Natasha other than keeping her as part of the crew.
Can I make use of Natasha's super incredible computer brain and ask? She, for example, ran the likelihood of the survival of the people who are on the Sydney, 72% chance, whatever. Like, run some statistics, Natasha. Like, what do you think are the most likely outcomes of everything that's transpired today? What do you think are the likeliest things that could happen?
Did you go and get Natasha to the meeting then? I assume that you were having this meeting in private without her.
Well, Albert asked her if she wanted a salary, and then, she said her thing to him, and then he was going to ask the rest of us about, what do you think about paying her a salary or whatever. But I assume she's just like in another room that we could go nearby or ask her to come over here and just say, like, what do you think is the most logical outcome of, everything that's happened so far? What's the next logical step, or extrapolate what possibilities could arise.
She says, I don't know what happened down there. I only know that Mr. Ishmael told someone about my existence. So,
Good question. How do people know that? Because wasn't I in a room with that? Like, I did accidentally blurt out her name, but no one else knew that I.
you told Leech, dude.
The guy came out and started blabbing about it.
Oh, okay.
Don't you remember? He came out and started asking us about Natasha, and they
No,
were
he
like,
didn't.
"What do you mean?"
He didn't.
Somebody
That
said
was-
Natasha.
Yeah,
Dr. Ishmael.
Yeah, I said Natasha like walking, but like that's all. I only mentioned the name, I think, and that's it.
And Leech said, "What is this, Natasha?"
Yeah.
Dr. Ishmael did tell you, Leech, that, he did tell you guys that he's talked about Natasha to Corleone.
Yeah, and then we
But
went
Corleone
back up to the
didn't
ship.
say anything. The only thing Corleone said when he came out was, I'm sorry, Mr. Eastfield, please, go to your meeting. That's why Natasha is mad at Ishmael, That's why she's saying, I don't know what happened down there to be sure of what's going to happen. But if they believe you do hold me, they might try and take me. Though they have no ships of their own. So I would assume I am safe with you.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them.
If they tell anyone else that, does have a powerful ship, then I would be worried, yes. The chances of the ship surviving are low. Would be low if
I'm
that
guessing
information were to slip out.
There's at least
And she
one
gives
person.
like dagger eyes at Ishmael.
There's at least one person in that organization that works for another organization that just collects intelligence on people that make AIs. Because that organization makes AIs, right? Or tries to, researches them.
Yeah.
I mean, I guarantee there's some gun-heeled intelligence officer or somebody that works for a very powerful organization that has somebody in there that collects intelligence, like most large organizations that do that sort of research do. I think there's a clock ticking, personally.
Did you?
Eventually, we come out of metaspace or whatever, and there's a capital ship that just takes it from us, basically. Loads us into its bay, strips the ship apart, takes what they want, and then if we're lucky, they don't throw us in prison afterwards.
Or space, she mentioned.
Or space.
Okay, well, it looks like for the best situation then, now this has happened, we're probably just going to have to give you to this, or at least try to sell, but probably give you to this organization on this planet.
Who has already paid us a lot of money and doesn't have a lot more money to give us. So.
Well, that's what they said. If they want to know about something else, maybe they have more money for that. His research grant probably contained that money.
Where do you want to go, Natasha? I tried to ask you before, but you didn't seem very interested.
Honestly, away from the sector. Leech. Very far away from the sector.
I don't think that's possible with our current drive technology.
Yes, your sector does not have a jump gate. So,
Do you know how to build jump gates?
unfortunately, no.
Anybody on board the ship that you were that was frozen? Do they know?
I don't think so. No one in the ship knew how to build jump gates. They were admittedly kind of rare. Their manufacturing process was a very well guarded secret, let's say.
Why don't we all just change our names and become farmers on some planet?
She says, Nereidis does seem like a nice place to live, though.
This is the truth.
Okay, so again, what are we gonna do?
Let's see how much money we can get for Ishmael.
That man believes he owns me already. He's not gonna buy him off. Buy you
We
off me.
ransom you.
Sure what they're capable of down there. Like, I'm pretty sure that the man alone has like several ships of his for his own use that he could
Does he want your
Storm ship.
body or just your brain?
I can provide both.
both in the same, like, in working conditions. He probably just doesn't want to be dead now, to be honest. But that man seems like he likes toying with his prey first.
So Leech, we're definitely getting rid of Natasha then? Are we going to try to sell it to the Chocobo people? Or do you think there's somewhere else that might be able to provide us with more money?
Another thing, even if this person knows our names and faces, how does that help them find our ship?
Well, yeah.
Just because he knows who we are, how does that translate to them knowing where we are at any given time?
When you make a transmission, the person receiving the transmission, gets like transmission from...
Like your ship's license plate or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can we just change that? How hard is it to change that?
It is pretty hard, and it is highly illegal.
But we're criminals.
We're not carrying around
Few of us are.
AI or anything. That's not highly illegal.
By law, you should be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we're already doomed, what's another illegal activity? Change the license plates of the ship.
I pull Boylan to the side. Say, in school, Boylan, I have a plan. If we sell Natasha, I might be able to get into a position of power in the company. And, means I could secure positions for other people, or I could get us a healthy income.